Hi, my name is Devin Todd, and I'm really excited for this opportunity. Um, and I'm just excited to share a little bit about my personal values and my understandings of what it means to be an educator, and my commitment to lifelong learning. So, as an educator, I value respect and fairness, and creating a warm and loving and welcoming inclusive learning environment for all students. I really push to teach to all of the students, and tailor to each and every one of their needs, no matter their background. I believe that every student has the same ability no matter where they come from, their culture, or their ability. Everyone deserves to feel respected and valued, and as an educator, creating that through their learning journey is one of the most important things to create for a student. So I also know that with my own experiences and the way that I teach, I intentionally reflect. So one way that I try to be inclusive and include everyone and just make everyone feel welcome in my classroom is being very culturally responsive, and including them in their backgrounds and their beliefs and everything, because we celebrate things that we believe, like holidays and stuff. So I think it's important to recognize things that they do in their culture as well. And this definitely helps with their affirming who they are, and that we are all here together, and that nothing matters other than that we are here to learn and to be friends and build relationships with each other. Understanding professional expectations extend definitely way beyond the lesson plans and grading. They are about how we and who we are in the classroom and the way that we are around the children. And it is important to just be professional and communicate with the students and their families, and communicate about anything that's going on or any concerns that you may have. It's so important. Communication is one of the most important things in being an educator, and just being open to everything, and knowing that anything is a possibility. It is important to uphold the educational ethical standards in any decision that we make, no matter whether it has to do with getting children services that we need, to contacting parents about behaviors or concerns that you may have. It's also important to maintain confidentiality when speaking. If you do have to call home for a parent, it's important to make sure that we are keeping any other student that may be involved confidential. I also believe in using research-based practices to guide instruction, and that's something that I learned a lot about in school, and how to conduct that in the classroom. I think that professionalism includes being able to adapt to each student, and not just the way that you like to teach, but how they learn best. And every child may be different, and every class that you will have is going to be different. So I believe that a professional teacher responds to students while being flexible, and making sure that their learning is the most important thing, and their safety also. Professional growth and lifelong learning. Something that I've always heard, especially from my mentor, is I am a lifelong learner. I think that that's so important, because I see myself not just as a teacher, but I am also a lifelong learner, and committed to teaching children how to also be lifelong learners and creating a love for learning. Education is a very evolving career and field. We change our curriculums at the current school that I work at all the time. And it's important to stay effective and grow as your school and curriculums grow. So for me, personal growth looks like participating in workshops and conferences, which is something that we all have to do, but I love going to them. I love going to even some that are not required, just to keep my growth and learning and being able to learn the best ways to teach the students. I think it's also really important to collaborate with coworkers and share ideas and strategies. One thing that I like to do is plan together so that we can all kind of combine our ideas together and see what works best for each of us. Staying current with research, which I think is a good way to do this, is by attending workshops. They are very informational when it comes to learning about educational research and technology tools that we can use in our classrooms. I also think it's important to reflect on my teaching and see what is working and what's not, and what I can do to change and adjust to make it fit the needs. And if something isn't working, I need to be able to reflect on that and see what I can do differently to make sure that it is working. So my values and my interactions with my professionalism, my professionalism and my commitment to being a lifelong learner is the foundation of my growth as an educator. By bringing all of these things together, I think that I am able to create a classroom where all students feel respected and welcomed and loved and important, and that they have somebody that is there for them, because it's so important as an educator. Also, you may be that child's safe space. You don't always know everything that goes on at home, and it's so important to make sure that every student feels loved and valued. So it's so important to make sure that they are able to achieve their full potential, and my job and my priority is to make sure that they feel like they can do that as well. So thank you for the time. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation. I look forward to the possibility of being hired on at your school and bringing my passion for teaching to all of your colleagues. Thank you.